let's start by saying namaste. Namaste. Welcome to the class. And I'm going to show you a few of the moves that we're going to do today before we get into the flow, so that when I mention them, you know what I'm talking about and you can follow them better. As I said, we're going to be working with the side body, opening up the side body. But as well as opening it up, we're going to be strengthening it. So there will be side planks, there will be side stretches, etc. We're going to do fallen angel, wild thing, and those are the two main difficult ones, and the twist. So, sorry, not fallen angel. We're going to do fallen triangle. So the hip twist is when we come into low lunge and then we bring the feet onto their outer edges. And we are coming into a twist. You would have done this one with me before. We will come into plank, and from plank, we will go into wild thing. So from having the leg together, you will bring the top leg back and open up into wild thing. Then from here, we will bring the foot forwards. So there is going to be a little bit of that kind of motion today. Then fallen triangle is when you bring the foot across and then come into a side triangle, fallen triangle on this side. From here, we're going to bring the foot back a little bit and bring the knee towards the front and then come into a low lunge, just to give it a bit of a flow. So from fallen triangle, the knee will come forwards and come into a low lunge. Then the last posture that you might not have done with me before is what is called the skater. So the skater will open up the side of the body. Hello, Sulab, super late. Hope you will follow. So on the skater, we will come from a balancing posture onto bringing the leg across. So it's like if you were skating. So bringing it across, letting it slide. If for this one you prefer to be on the floor or you prefer to have a towel or a sock to let it slide, you can do that. Okay? Good. All good? Show me your thumbs. Fabulous. Let's start in a Supta bound ankle pose. Supta Baddha Konasana. So feet are together, knees apart, and your arms are overhead. We're opening our inner thighs, our chest, our arms. If you want, you can hold into your hands or you can have your arms onto the floor. So your feet are together, knees apart. And sometimes we call this one goddess pose. Breathe deeply. And now that we have opened our chest a little bit, we're going to bring our hands onto our ribs and our bellies. Just one hand on the belly, one hand on the ribs. And connect with your breath. Feel your breath flowing onto your body. Pushing your hands away, pushing your ribs away. And change the position of the hands, just a couple more breaths to center. And put an intention for your practice today. Inhale, stretch your legs along the mat. Bring both legs towards your right and both arms towards your right. Coming into Bananasana. If you want, you can cross your left ankle over your right. Just feel the side bodies stretching up. And bring yourselves back to center and change sides. Both arms and legs go towards your left. You can cross your right ankle over your left leg. Stretching the side of the body. And bring yourselves back to center. Bring your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees. Make big circles with your knees in one direction and on the other direction. And then make circles outwardly, each hand on each knee, and then inwardly. One hand on each knee. And bring both knees to one side. Stretch the leg. Open the opposite arm. Breathe deeply. Inhaling and exhaling. And bring your legs back to center. Change sides. If you don't have room to stretch the leg, go at a diagonal and open up. Feeling the sides of the body. Stretch the whole side of the body. And bring yourselves back to center. Rock backwards and forwards. And come into all fours. So you can roll over your ankles or just come onto all fours. Middle finger pointing forwards. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And start with a simple cat-cow, opening up and arching. And opening up and arching. And then see if you want to maybe make a circle with your hips, involving your shoulders. You can go side to side as well. Walk your hands a little step forwards and just make big circles with your body, as if you were drawing an oval shape on the floor. And change direction. That's it. Have fun with it. And bring your toes together, knees apart. Walk both hands towards your right hand side. And relax the forehead onto the floor. Opening the ribs, opening the side of the body. Inhale and exhale deeply. Change directions and let the side body open up as you bring your forehead onto the floor. Inhaling deeply, exhaling fully. And bring your head back to center. Tuck your toes under, come up into your downward facing dog. And open your feet the width of the mat. Bend one knee and then the other. Letting your hips go side to side. You're swiveling your toes a little bit as you go side to side, releasing your hips. Now let both hips go down towards the floor. Still the feet are mat distance apart. And with your belly in, push your chest towards your thighs. Breathe deeply. Inhale, lift your toes and bring your chest over your wrists. That's it. We are not in plank. We are just in a down dog, semi-down dog. And bring your heels down. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Feel your index finger, middle finger and thumb onto the floor. Inhale, lift your heels. Look towards your hands and bring your chest over your wrists. Good. push it back, and release the legs down. Now bring your feet together. So your feet are touching, ankles touching, and walk your feet again. This time like a lady, swaying your hips side to side. And can you let one hand float up from this type of down dog side plank style? Shouldn't be too much effort. We are just warming up the sides of the body. And bring yourselves back to center. Inhale, lift your heels, look towards your hands, come over your wrists. And exhale, bring it back. Good. Inhale, look towards your hands, lift your heels, coming over your wrists. And exhale, bring it back. Let your heels go down towards the floor. Inhale, lift. Look towards your hands. Bring your chest over your wrists. Stay there. We are not in plank. As you can see, this is like a down dog. Now, let your heels come down. Wiggle your feet back a little bit and come into plank. That's it. Your head is aligned with your spine. And then come into a child's pose. Bring your hands together and release your hands behind your neck, tucking your fingertips by the sides of your neck so that you can stretch your wrists. Good. Inhale, lift your chest, bring your forearms onto the floor and just make little tulip shapes with your hands, like this. If this was the floor, you bring, that's it. It's like if you were Italian and you were saying, what are you telling me? Cosa dice? That's it, good. Lovely. And come up into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up into your down dog. Push your hands onto the floor, push your leg up. Look towards your hands and bring the right foot between your hands. Left knee comes onto the floor. We are going to use our knee on the floor a few times. So if you needed to grab a cushion or if you want to fold the mat a little bit, you can do that to give your knee a little bit of support. You can also put a blanket or a towel or whatever. Good. So we are in a low lunge. We're going to bring the hips forwards and bring the arms up. Hold, your right leg is forwards. Hold your left wrist with your right hand and open up. So we are imagining that we are extending energetically out towards the sky, stretching the side body. That's it. And bring yourselves back to center. Release the hands onto the floor. Lift the back knee. If your mat is folded, you can unfold it. Open your chest. Bring your hands onto the floor. And really slowly bring the leg back into downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, left leg up. Look towards your hands and bring the left foot between your hands. Release the back knee onto the floor. Bring the arms up and pull the hand across. Feeling the sides of the body, feeling the ribs. Opening up. And release. Release the hands on the floor. Lift the back heel, the back leg, and bring the leg back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look towards your hands. Walk your feet one step at a time. So feel your feet on the floor, trying to keep your hands flat onto the floor until you reach your hands. Bend your knees and roll up into standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. So we're going to start a little flow, and we're going to do fallen triangle and the twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, hands on the floor. And we're going to step or jump into plank. Bring your body over your wrist, knees, chest and chin goes down. Release your belly onto the floor. Shoulders back and down, all elbows towards each other. Don't use your hands this time. Bring your chest up. This is your cobra, no hands. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes under, come up into your downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. We're going to do the fallen triangle, so make sure you have room. Inhale, right leg up. And we're going to bring the right knee to the left elbow, keeping the belly and the leg close to each other. And bring it back up. Twice more. Right knee to left elbow. Push the hands onto the floor, strong core. That's it. Bring it back up. One more. Keep it close. And bring it back up. Now, keeping that contraction on the hip flexor, swivel onto your left foot and bring your right leg across, coming into your fallen triangle. Breathe deeply. Now, to make things a little bit easier, we're going to bring the right leg closer towards the left, but not together, still apart. Now, transfer your weight onto your right leg. Bring your left knee towards your chest and bring the foot towards the floor. Your left hand is on the floor as well. That's it. And we are in a low lunge. Breathe deeply. Hands flat on the floor, leg back into plank. Good. Knees onto the floor, chest and chin goes down. Release your body down. And no hands. Cobra. That's it. Very good. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. I know these movements might be a little bit new for some of you. Try to follow the verbal instruction and be creative. See what you can do. Bring your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Let your right heel go down towards the floor and your hands are flat on the floor. Now look towards your hands and bring the left knee to the right elbow. Hold it and bring it back up. No need to rush it. Inhale. Forwards, bring it towards the right elbow and bring it up. One more. Bring it towards the right elbow. Keep it close and bring the leg across. And come into your fallen triangle. Breathe. Give the hip up. Lovely. Now move the left foot closer to the right so that you can step onto the left foot. Bring the right knee towards your chest. Woohoo! And bring the foot forwards. Hands onto the floor. I hope you're okay, Hira. Yes. And bring the leg back into a low lunge. Open the chest. And hands on the ground, bring the leg back into plank. Knees, chest and chin, releasing down. Cobra, no hands. You can even extend the arms to the side. Exhale, child's pose. Have a little rest. Let your hands rest on the sides of your neck. Breathe in deeply. Allow your body to recover and reset. And walk your hands towards your knees. Get your hands into your lotus flower. And we're going to articulate the lotus flower just to let the wrist. So come onto your knees, Sulab. You're doing very well down there. And then change direction. That's it. Yes, good. And shake, shake, shake. So, excellent. So we're going to bring it up one level. And we're ready for that. Yes? Right. So come into standing and come to the front of the mat. So we're going to start in a similar manner with a semi-sun salutation. It's a flow really, but we can salute the sun still. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, belly's in and we fold forwards. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, hands by the sides of your feet. Step or jump back into plank. Come over your wrists, knees, chest and chin, releasing down. And now keep your hands on the floor this time. And cobra. Elbows are bent, shoulders back and down. Don't go too high. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Push your heel onto the floor, hands onto the floor. And knee to chest, bring the knee towards the left elbow. Hold it there. Bring it back up. So we are not going to do the 3 repetitions. Now we're going to bring it in and bring the leg across. Come into your fallen triangle. Bring the leg back a little bit. Lift the left knee towards the chest. Turn around. Bring the foot onto the floor. That's it. Bring the leg back onto the mat. And we're going to walk our way towards the back of the mat to come into this side hip stretch. So let me show you again. From the low lunge, we're going to walk towards the back of the mat, and the right outer edge of the foot and the left outer edge of the foot will be on the floor, arms up. And from here, we're going to lower and lift, and lower and lift, lower and lift. Bring the hands onto the floor, low lunge towards the back of the mat. Then walk your hands between your legs. Let your chest relax towards the floor for a moment. Your crown of the head goes towards the ground. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Come back to the front of the mat, hands onto the floor, leg back into plank. Knees, chest and chin. Release down. Keep your hands on the floor, your legs are firmly on the floor. Tense your abdomen and tense your buttocks as you come into cobra. That's it. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Good. Down dog. Your feet are 6 inches apart, hands firmly on the floor, your belly's in, your tailbone is long. Lovely. Everybody's in down dog. Now we're going to do the left leg. Left leg up. Don't anticipate. Be fully on your three-legged dog. Then we're going to bend the knee, bring the knee towards the chest, and then bring it towards the right elbow. And bring it back up. Now bring it towards the chest and bring it across, coming into fallen triangle. Good. Bring the foot back a little bit so that you can come into plank, bringing the right leg up, look towards the floor, bring the foot onto the floor. Very good. Bring the back leg back. We're in low lunge. We're going to walk all the way towards the back of the mat and come into this twist and hip stretch. And lower down and bring the leg up, the hips up. Lower down and up. One more and up. And release your hands. Come into wide-legged forward fold, releasing your crown towards the floor, having a little bit of a stretch there, a little bit of a respite. And come towards the front of the mat, into a low lunge. Wonderful. Hands onto the floor, leg back into plank. Knees, chest and chin. Cobra. And child's pose. You can change your child's pose if you want. You can have your knees together and rest your forehead onto your hands. Good. And inhale, lift your head. Come onto your shins or onto sitting. I'm going to show you what's going to come next, which is wild thing. So we're going to add it all together. I know it's really strong in the sides of the body, but I know you can do it and have a little bit of fun. So don't be too serious about it. So on this flow, we are coming into three-legged dog, bringing the knee towards the elbow, side flag, moving the leg up, low lunge. Then we walk to the other side and come into revolve, twist. And we come up and down. Now we're going to keep the hip up and bring the leg into Vashisthasana. From here, the top leg will come behind and we're going to open up into our wild thing. From wild thing, we're going to come back into plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And then we're going to bring the right foot forwards, come back towards the front, leg back, and continue on the other side. Okay? Yes! Don't look so scared. Come on. It is fun. I'm warming up. I don't know you, but I am. So, drink some water if you need to drink some water. Shake your wrist. Strong on the arms, strong upper body. We're going to be awesome after all of this. Lovely. Let's go into standing. Let's have a little bit of a stretch on the sides of the body. So, Bananasana, standing up. And on the other side. That's it. Good. And then we're going to interlace the fingers, bring the hands behind, opening the chest, and open the legs wide. Bring the chest towards the floor. And then you can walk your legs and let your arms go side to side. So if my right knee is bent, I can open up my left side. And if my right knee is stretched, I twist towards the other side. And release your arms. Ragdoll. Sliding your upper body side to side. And come all the way up into standing. Good. Shake your arms, shake your legs. Lovely. And we're going to do all the same on both sides, adding wild thing. So it's fallen triangle, side plank, bringing the leg forwards, twist towards the other side, then Vashisthasana, some side plank, wild thing, and back into a little vinyasa on that side, and then come back to center. Let's try it. Inhale. Exhale, hands towards your heart. Inhale, arms up, baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Soften your knees as you fold forwards. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, hands by the sides of your feet, step or jump back into plank. Bring your chest over your wrists. Knees onto the floor. See if you can hover. And from there, come into cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, right leg up. Let the left heel go down towards the floor. Hands are firmly on the ground. Look towards your hands and bring the right knee towards the left elbow. And bring it back up. So we are not repeating 3 times. We're doing it just once. Bring the knee to chest and bring the leg across. Fallen triangle. Bring the right foot back just a little bit to give you a bit more advantage. And bring the left leg up. How slow can you go onto the floor? If you need to put your hand down, do that. And we are still working with the side body because we are stretching the back leg. Now, bring it onto the floor. Walk your hands all the way towards the back, coming onto the outer edge of the feet, and bring the arms up. Lower down, bring it up. Lower down and up. One more, lower down, bring it up, keep the hip up, and bring the right leg on top of the left, coming into Vashisthasana. From here, bring your toes, the right toes onto the floor, push your hips up, and wild thing. And coming back to center, coming to plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And bring the right leg up, bring the right foot between your hands. Lower your, swivel your heels onto the floor, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana, you can hold onto your ankles and let your chest come towards your thighs. Inhale, lift. Come all the way back towards the front of the mat. And come into your downward facing dog. Now the left leg comes up. Right heel goes down towards the floor. Look towards the hands and bring knee to chest and then twist towards your right elbow. And bring it back up. Now knee to chest, twist, and bring the leg forwards, fallen triangle. Bring the foot back a little bit. Come onto that leg, bring the leg up, foot onto the floor. Stretch that back leg and bring it back to center. Walk your hands towards the back of the mat, all the way around, coming onto the outer edges of the feet and coming to this side stretch. Arm to hip and bring it up. Arm to hip and bring it up. Arm to hip, bring it up. Bring the left leg on top of the right. Toes of the left foot on the floor. Wild thing. Good. Come into plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Good. Left leg up. Bring the left foot between your hands. And walk your hands between your legs. Coming into a wild, wide-legged forward fold. And then come towards the front. Leg back into downward facing dog. And look towards your hands. Walk your feet towards your hands, just a couple of steps. And you're going to be on this elephant step, elephant position. So your heels are on the floor, your hands are on the floor. And let your chest come over your wrists. And bring it back. So this is preparation for handstand. I'm not going to ask you to do handstand here. Just the last effort on your wrists. And maybe bring your right leg up. Coming onto your tiptoes on your left leg. And release, change sides. And release. Walk your feet all the way towards your hands. Soften your knees, grab hold of your elbows and sway your upper body side to side. Release. Oh. Release your elbows and come all the way into standing. Shake your arms and shake your legs. Good. Last little effort. And we're going to do a bit of balance and then we're going to go onto the ground. So bring your right foot onto your ankle, calf muscle, or your inner thigh, wherever you can have it. And bring your hands towards your heart. If you have a very cushiony mat, go onto the floor. That will make it more available to you. And focus in a non-moving point in front of you. You can bring the arms up. And maybe hold your left wrist with your right hand. And stretch, send your energy to the sky and to the side towards your right leg. And if you come out of balance, don't worry. Just recover it back. And bring yourselves back to center. Keep the foot off the floor, right foot off the floor. Bring your hands towards your chest. Bend the standing leg. And we're going to bring the leg behind onto this skater's pose. So let the leg come behind and slide. Bending your knee. Bring it back and bring it across. Let it slide. Bring it back into tree. And relax. Shake. We're going to try the other side. So for the skater, I prefer to do it on the floor rather than on the a sticky mat because it's too sticky. So bring yourselves into the tree pose with your left leg either above or below your knee. Just focus. These balancing postures are just to focus the attention, to let the mind come into rest after the flow. And inhale, bring your arms up. Grab hold of your right wrist if you can and stretch it upwards and go sideways. Just feeling the side of the body opening up after that effort. And bring yourselves back to center. Bring your hands towards your heart. Let your left knee be up. Bend the standing leg. And bring the foot behind. And bring it back to center. Bring it behind. And back to center. Oh, we lost somebody. Bring it behind. Back to center. Oh, Monique. And you are back. And back into tree. And release. Release the legs. Release the whole of the body. Lovely. And just to stretch that side of the body, bring your legs quite wide. And bring your right foot out, left foot in. Side stretch. And after all of that effort, this should feel nice and soothing. Your right hand is facing upwards, your left hand is facing downwards. Breathe and stretch. Maybe if you want a little bit more, bring the hand to the inside of your right foot and bring the left arm out towards the sky. Let your knee rest against your upper arm. Push onto the front foot, come all the way up, arms up, and bend the back knee. Forearm comes onto the thigh, palm facing upwards, arms up. And breathe, feel the side body opening up. And bring the arm up, bring the hand in front of your foot. Breathe deeply. Inhale, come all the way up, turn both feet forwards. Interlace your fingers, stretch up towards the sky. And exhale. Bring your hands behind, interlace your fingers behind your back. Open your chest by bringing your hands away from your hips. Soften your knees and bring your hands overhead. Shake your head, not your head. And release your hands. Bring the hands onto the floor. Heel toe your feet onto the floor to come into a Hindi squat. That's it, releasing down, opening your inner thighs, pushing your knees with your elbows. And release down onto the floor. Good. Bring your legs forwards, adjust the flesh underneath your buttocks. Massage your legs. We're going to bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And turn your chest towards your right leg. Bring your left hand onto your right leg. Flex your left foot and bring the arm overhead. Twist and stretch. So, Monique, if this is not available to you, bring your hand onto your thigh and open the side. That's it. So sometimes we can do twist and stretch. Sometimes we cannot do just the stretch. Both are good. Inhale. Bring yourselves up. So this is good for everybody. If putting your hand here makes you stay up straight, then you won't be stretching your side body. What you do is you bring your hand onto your leg and then bring the arm overhead, because the focus is on the side body. If the focus was on twist, then it would be a different matter. Good. Now bring your chest towards your extended leg and walk your fingertips towards your foot, trying to bring your chest towards the floor. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your right hand behind and stretch up. I know, more arm stretch, but try to feel that hip extending. And bring yourselves back to center. Change the legs. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg. So then the extended leg is coming out straight with the toes pointing towards the ceiling. Your options are either arm on the leg or opposite hand and knee, twisting and stretching the side body. Breathe deeply. Let your chest open, let your ribs open up. Inhale, bring yourselves back to center, arms up and stretch towards your extended leg. That's it. If you want to use a belt, you can. But we're not staying here for long. Bring the hand behind and side. Stretch with the knee on the floor, opening up. You might feel how you have strengthened all of that side of the body. And bring yourselves back to center. Massage your legs. Bring your hands behind, feet onto the floor. And if your wrists feel a bit sore after all of this work, just have your hands facing outwards. That will give your wrist a little bit of a rest. And bring your hips up. Let your head release backwards. Inhale and release down. Bring your right ankle over your left knee and let that knee go away from you. You can sway your knees, your hips side to side a little bit. Now we're going to bring the foot onto the ground like this. That's it. And then opposite elbow, opposite shoulder opens up, the opposite elbow bends down. If this is pleasant and you feel like you can go further, then you can bring the whole of your upper body onto the floor, keeping the legs as they were. And breathe. Uncross the legs, bring yourselves back to center. Bring your chest up, hands onto the floor. Last effort, hips up. Let your head release back. Then bring your head back to center. Cross the left ankle onto the right knee, pushing the knee away, opening your chest. And then let the foot come onto the floor. The left elbow and left shoulder is coming away from your left knee. If that is enough, you stay there. If you want a little bit more, you let your upper body come onto the floor and stretch up. Letting that side body open up. Your hips open up. Inhale in and exhale. And cross the legs, bring yourselves back to center. And we can come back into our goddess pose for a moment, just catching our breath. And then bring your arms by the sides of your body and let the legs release onto the floor. And come into your Shavasana. Feel each point of contact with the ground. Your toes, soles of the feet, tops of the feet, heels, ankles, calf muscles and shins. Your knees are relaxed. Relax your thighs, hips, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. Your belly and your chest are relaxed. Your collarbones are relaxed. Relax your arms, elbows, wrists and hands. Your neck, your scalp and your forehead are relaxed. Relax your jaw. And finally relax your brain. Go within. Inhale, bringing the awareness back into your bodies. Wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Roll your head side to side. Bring your head back to center. Stretch your arms over your head, point your toes, flex your feet. And bring your knees towards your chest. Rock side to side, releasing any tension on your lower back. And bring your hands underneath your knees. Either bring your knees to one side and come into sitting, or rock yourselves up into sitting. Sit with your back straight, neck long, shoulders relaxed. And we're going to finish chanting Om 3 times, followed by Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Inhale to begin, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Bring your palms together. Rub your palms. Make the movement a little faster. Generating prana between your hands. And place your palms over your face. Inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands. Slide your hands to your chest and bow your head. Namaste. Give yourselves a clap. I hope you will practice this again and again and get it all right. Ask questions if you have any.